From Autodesk University 2009 in Las Vegas. Hello again, everyone. I'm Dave Graveline, host of Into Tomorrow. Welcome to another AU Virtual Lounge interview. Some great guests. We hope you have an opportunity to see all of them. Senior Director for Digital Factory with Autodesk is Scott Reese. Scott, welcome to AU. How are you, sir?
I'm great. Thanks. How are you?
Pretty good. First of all, can you tell me about Digital Factory? What is that for those who may not be familiar?
Certainly. So the Digital Factory Group at Autodesk, what we do is we focus on helping customers drive a high level of profitability into their factories by giving them a digital environment where they can essentially design the factory in 3D and then actually operate that factory in a digital environment. So, they can actually make what-if scenarios, changes in kind of a what-if environment, and know what the real impact's going to be out on the factory floor before they ever spend the money to make that change.
And isn't that real key, especially as it relates to folks trying to make plans for a future and especially big expenditures? It's great to be able to kind of kick back and say this is going to happen or what if, as you say, and then make those appropriate design changes.
Absolutely. They need to know before they ever make the decision to invest what the return on that investment is going to be.
What are some of the challenges then that your manufacturing customers are experiencing these days? And of course, how is Autodesk solving those?
Yeah, so today, like always, profitability is key for all of our customers. And their factory is typically, for a manufacturing customer, their biggest expense. It's their single largest capital expenditure. So, with the economic downturn that most every customer all around the world, experienced, it's really wreaked havoc on their factories and everything that happens out on the factory floor. So it's really been a challenge for them. So the tools that we're working on is, we're expanding our digital prototyping solution out into the factory to give them the greater insight, to give them the tools to, not only design better factories, more efficient factories, but actually analyze them and the operation. So, for example, analyze, as orders come in and they're placed out on the factory floor, analyze how the materials flow from one machine to another, quickly identify bottlenecks, and give them the information that they need to make a good decision of how much money would it cost to change the layout of the factory in order to eliminate that bottleneck. Compare that against the additional throughput or profitability they're going to be able to see, so that they make really highly informed decisions about how they're spending their money.
Probably gives them an opportunity as well to know how soon they can get a return on that investment if it is such a major change.
Absolutely, which again, number one capital expenditure for most of these customers is these types of decisions, and being able to know what that return is and how quickly they can realize it is key.
What are you seeing customers actually do about these challenges now?
So, the reality is that most customers don't have the types of tools that they need to really make these highly informed decisions. So we've seen a lot of customers reach out to us and start to explore, right? Because in the past, they haven't really had a compelling event to really make sure that they're designing the most efficient factory. But, again, back to the economic downturn, it's not only important anymore, it's critical to their survival to make sure that they have the tools to make these really good decisions.
And the fact that companies like Autodesk make it easy for them to do that. In the past, it was kind of a hit and miss scenario, and, well, let's see if this works, and if it doesn't, we'll retool. You don't have to go through any of that expense or stress anymore if you do it right the first time.
That's right. And, the reality is that a lot of these customers today, they're already using some of our tools. For example, they use AutoCAD. Right, and so the digital prototyping solutions that we have in Inventor, as well as with the Navisworks manufacturing products, lets them start with those existing designs they have in AutoCAD and bring them into that digital environment and turn them very quickly into 3D digital prototypes of the factory. Right, so they don't have to start over. They leverage what they've already got.
And so their experience with AutoCAD, for example, can help them, certainly, sort of hold their hand, in essence, to make some of these big transitions.
Absolutely. AutoCAD's still a very key component to the workflow.
And what do you see all of this heading to at some point in the near future in terms of factories and all these manufacturing customers? Are they all jumping on board in time to save themselves money and become more productive?
They absolutely are. I think it's become very clear to customers, given this downturn, that it's going to be important for them to have this digital environment where they can make these decisions. And, so I think it's going to be critical. And, I think the smart companies will start creating and maintaining digital prototypes of their factories.
Terrific. It's a whole lot more than just going from 2D to 3D, even in product design. It's all about getting it made, getting it out, and making the best use of your facilities.
That's absolutely correct.
Terrific. Well, thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us here at AU, and continue the good work because folks are talking it up.
Great. Thank you so much.